In this lesson, we will be learning domain and range. We will learn how to identify domain and range for different types of graph and different ways to write the notation. All right, let's get started. So first, we need to identify what a domain is. A domain is all the possible x values. Range is all the possible y values. When we talk about domain, think of left and right and up and down for range. First, let's talk about domain and range for a linear graph. The domain is all real number because the graph keeps going to the left and it keeps going to the right, which covers all the possible x values. The range is also all real number because the graph keeps going upward and it also keeps going downward, which covers all the y values. Then let's take a look at a quadratic function. The domain is all real number because it covers all the x values going to the left and going to the right. The range is y is greater than or equal to 0 because the graph keeps going upward, but the lowest y value it covers is 0. Let's take a look at a absolute value graph. The domain is all real number because the graph keeps going to the left and it keeps going to the right. The range is y is greater than or equal to 0 because the graph keeps going upward, but the lowest y value is 0. Now let's take a look at another example. Does the graph keep going to the right or keep going to the left? No. The lowest x value the graph covers is -3, and the highest x value the graph covers is 3. So the domain is from -3 to 3. The range, the lowest y value the graph covers is -2, and the highest it covers is 3. So the range is from -2 to 3. Now, there are a couple ways that we can display domain and range in terms of notation. We have to first understand the symbol. Parenthesis means does not include the endpoint, so it does not include the value, whereas bracket includes the value. The first way we can display domain is just write it out, -3 to 3. The second way we can display domain is -3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. The last way we can display domain is bracket -3, comma 3, bracket. All three notation means the domain is from -3 to 3, including the endpoint. All real number can also be displayed using parenthesis -infinity, comma infinity, parenthesis. Remember, infinity or -infinity is always using parentheses. You will never see brackets around them. In summary, to find domain and range, always look for what your x value or your y values can be. So take a look at the graph and ask yourself if the graph keeps going to the left and it keeps going to the right. If it keeps going up or it keeps going down. If it does not, ask yourself what is the highest or the lowest value in terms of x or y and use the inequality symbol accordingly. And now we have learned how to identify domain and range for different types of graph and the different types of ways to write domain and range. If you guys like that content, please feel free to smash that subscribe button and help support the channel.